I got to be honest with the both of you. I got to pee so bad. Like I'm in literal pain.
There's a bottle there. Just go, man. Just go.
Just whip it out here.
You're listening to Sappenin Podcast.
Sappenin!
You are listening to episode 346 of Sappenin Podcast, presented by Emo's Not Dead, featuring myself, Sean Smith, and my good friend Morgan Richards.
Yes, it's me, Morgan Richards, for some reason. And it's dangerous business walking out your front door lately, because I'm either drowning in my sleep or writing on the walls. So this podcast is all about reinventing my exit and chasing safety.
Safety. That was dreadful. This week's guest is the wonderful, beautiful, drum-singing musician sensation, Aaron Gillespie of Underoath, the Almost, and Aaron Gillespie solo material fame.
That's it, all of it combined. We spent the weekend recording a bunch of live podcasts in front of an audience in Manchester, the place that Oasis are from. And they weren't there, thank God, because I think putting up with their audience and the amount of fans they've attracted to their live shows lately would be a headache. But we got to spend time with the Underoath legend himself, Aaron Gillespie. Someone who has impacted the scene in so many ways, whether it with his vocals, his drumming skills, or just songwriting genius. And we got to do this live with him in front of an audience at a festival and just have a laugh first thing in the morning.
Yes, this was a great chat. And when you say first thing in the morning, it was basically first thing in the morning. Very cool of Aaron to want to do it. So thank you, first off, for getting up early, coming early, meeting us two divs, and then talking to us for an hour. We had a great chat with him. We covered everything from Underoath, secret mask-wearing bands, to even his favourite curry dishes. And I know everybody listening to this, because I get messages, I get DMs every week going, if you don't tell me what Aaron Gillespie's favourite curry dishes are from Dishoom, I will go mad. So you can shut up, because it's finally happened. Here it is.
Well, not only that, because as I said, he's a perfect songwriter. He does loads of sessions with other artists, including our friends in Charlotte Sands and Lauren Hibbert, which we're going to get all the secrets about. The Underoath have a new album called The Place After This One that they launched by playing Masked on the Emo's Not Dead cruise. And not only dishes, Sean, but you get DMs about curries, I get DMs about biscuits. And we also find out his favourite biscuit. Well, we try and find out anyway.
Some people think this podcast isn't serious enough.
No. We're too serious, if anything.
I like to think that we get to the real nitty-gritty of what I want to know about bands. And spoiler alert, I still can't work out what biscuit he was talking about. And the more I think about it, the more I think he had his biscuit upside down. To have biscuit on top and then chocolate on the bottom, surely that's a biscuit upside down. I don't know.
If you're a biscuit maniac... Connoisseur, even. Listen to this and let us know what the fuck he's on about.
Get in touch with us at Sappenin Pod. Get in touch with us and try and fucking guess what biscuit he was talking about, because I still haven't got a fucking clue.
How the fuck are we allowed to do this seriously? Anyway, as I said, Underoath, one of the most important bands in the scene, and they will be celebrating that next year on the Emo's Not Dead Cruise 2026. They're back for the fourth year on the road, but this time it's bigger, badder, and boatier with the likes of The Used, Hot Mulligan, Silverstein, and a handful of your favourite bands setting sail from Miami to Mexico at the end of January. Only a few cabins are left at emosnotdeadcruise.com. Make sure to go and sign up now to not miss out. And to be fair, that cruise has spoiled other bands for me, because it's not the same as watching Underoath without water either side of my peripherals.
Oh no, Very much so. If you are thinking about going on the Emos Not Dead cruise, go back and listen to our previous Emos Not Dead cruise podcast to see how excited, how brilliant it is, and how much all the bands love being on it as well.
They got go-karts this year, so I mean, if that doesn't sell it for you, I don't know what will. To keep up to date with all our biscuit, curry, and backstage news of this podcast at Sappenin Pod on Instagram. We're going to be at 2,000 Trees this weekend. Right now, actually, as you listen to this, we are at 2,000 Trees recording more live stage show podcasts and get the info of everything you want at Sappenin Pod, and even more behind-the-scenes news and announcing things we definitely shouldn't tell you at our Patreon, patreon.com/Sappenin. And over there, there's a whole community of people who continue to make this podcast happen each and every week, meet up at festivals and gigs, and celebrate each other. And that's something we love to see.
And next week, my band The Blackout are playing with Funeral for a Friend at Leeds Academy and Cardiff Castle. There's still tickets left, so come along. And then we are playing our only headline show of 2025 at Chepstow Castle on August the 16th. Let's get on with this brilliant episode. I love this. I love Aaron Gillespie. And if I'm right, and I'm hoping he said it into the microphone, he said, "I love you boys" before he left. So let's have a listen to see if he does say it at the end. I hope he doesn't say it now. But yeah.
Sappenin!
Very excited about this one.
Sappenin. Hiya. Thank you very much for joining us so early. This is strange. Well, yeah, but
It's not that early.
on a Sunday for a festival, it's pretty early, I guess.
I guess so. I was just in France. Nothing opens till like 10 a.m.
Oh, fair enough.
So if you get up and go to the gym and you want a coffee, you're just fucked. Like you have to just wait until 9:30 or 10 o'clock in the morning.
Oh. Right. Anyway, today's guest is the wonderful and, as you can see, beautiful Aaron Gillespie from Underoath.
Do you think I'm beautiful?
I do.
Interesting. I'm an old man, but thank you very much.
We're
I do appreciate it.
the same age.
41.
I'm 41.
You look better than I do. Shit.
No, that's not true.
You get children?
No.
I have 2 children. So it keeps you younger. So I'm older
Does
because...
it?
No, what I'm saying is you look younger because you don't have 2 children. So
Yeah,
you're not
that's
up all
true. Yeah.
hours.
Oh,
and,
Makes
yeah.
sense.
you know, worrying about your kids and all that stuff, you know? You are Welsh, though. I don't know what the fuck you're saying half the time.
I apologize for
I
that.
love it.
I will try
We
and
love
speak
Wales.
more clearly. As clearly as possible.
I'm gutted that I didn't get to see Oasis the last 2 nights in Wales.
Snap. Me too.
Oasis is my favorite band. So
Really?
Yeah, and so seeing any gigs, Spencer and I tried to like come over and see gigs or whatever, but it's literally like 3,000 pounds for a ticket, or it's mental.
Yep.
People are just, in the words of Leah, mad for it. Yeah. So
Well, yeah, they did the dynamic pricing thing. Did you see that?
no.
So they started out at like £75 a ticket, and then they saw how much of a demand there was, so they put the price up.
That's what Taylor Swift did as well.
Yeah.
I think, though, what I love, and I have no hate towards Taylor Swift, but I fucking love that Oasis have sold more tickets in London than Taylor Swift. That is like, rock and roll is still alive. Let's go. You know?
Yeah, mainly in the UK though, because
Well, still, though, I mean, Taylor Swift is the most famous person on earth.
yeah,
I would think, right?
yeah.
She's up there. She's got to be up there.
Who else would be more famous?
Dwayne The Rock Johnson, I'd say, is close.
But Dwayne's not selling tickets.
No, but think about musician. Who's the biggest musician in the world?
Taylor Swift, yeah.
So it is cool to see, even though they're from the UK, whatever. It's cool to see a band with like just guitars that doesn't sound, quotation fingers, modern or whatever,
Yeah.
being bigger than Taylor Swift, at least in a city, right? I mean, I think it's super cool.
Did you and Spencer come close to caving to get tickets, or?
Well, I've been in Paris for a week with my wife.
Yeah.
So I had hoped that like we could come over a couple days early before this show, but it just didn't make sense. Like with it being in Wales this weekend and everything. So
Did you see they also had the final ever Black Sabbath show yesterday?
yes, before you sat down, I was looking at Instagram. They posted the last song.
Yeah.
I admittedly don't know much about Black Sabbath.
Snap. I got into it too late. Like, I was into other stuff.
Oh, when I hear it, I'm like, oh, this is cool. But I'm not like I don't know everything about Ozzy Osbourne. The most I know about Black Sabbath is the MTV show they had back in the day with Ozzy and the Meet the Osbournes. Is that what it was called?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Remember that? That was chaos, wasn't it?
A friend of ours was dating Kelly Osbourne at the time. Yeah. And was always on the show.
Yeah.
And it was the weirdest thing. Bert from The Used was always on the show. So you'd watch the show and you'd be like, there's your friend. Like,
strange.
The weirdest shit.
Yeah.
You know, and Ozzy would meet him and be like, shaking his hand. And we were like, what? Strange.
I went to see The Used in Bristol in a tiny venue called The Fleece. And Kelly Osbourne was there at that show because they were dating at the time. And all the attention was on Kelly Osbourne. Like, all of the gig were just staring
Would she be a celebrity here in the UK?
Yeah. Okay. Or she was more so.
Then, yeah.
She was more so then.
Every time I see her now on social media or whatever, it's just somebody bitching about Ozempic. It's literally all it's about.
Yeah.
I'm like, surely she has other press, but it's all just about her Ozempic. I'm like, how do you even know she's on Ozempic? You don't know.
Yeah.
She might be just getting fit, you know?
I wonder what the ratio to stars.
I mean, she might just be working out and eating, you know, meat only or something. Who knows what she's doing? She might not be on Ozempic.
I think her mother has come out and said that they're all...
Well, there's a whole thing if you look on like Instagram, if you're just sat on the toilet or whatever, or on an airplane and you're just scrolling Instagram, they do the whole thing of like, there'll be celebrities and they'll have like their face before and after, and they call it Ozempic face. So apparently that's the way you can tell if you don't know, is the face.
Okay.
Which seems, I mean, how do you know by looking at someone's face that they're on a drug? It's some fucking...
Yeah.
Unless it's MDMA.
Wow.
Well, I mean, yeah, if you're cheeseburger mouth or something, that's different. You're covered in sores. But I just think it's weird that, like, everybody's on antidepressants, SSRIs. I'm on one. You don't know that.
Yeah.
Until I tell you. You know what I mean? It seems weird. How do you know by looking at someone's face that they're on a drug? I mean, unless they're cheeseburger mouth.
You mentioned like Bert and Kelly though. Like it was a weird time in the like 2000s where like everyone in the emo pop punk scene was going out with like a pop star. You had like, you know, Yellow Card and Kelly Clarkson. Ryan from Yellow Card, and Kelly Clarkson. You know, Pete
What's his name was with Katy Perry, Charlie McCoy.
Yeah,
I think in like from like 2004 is when it started, kind of. But I think from like 2006 through 2010, like pop punk, emo, screamo, whatever the fuck music was really mainstream. You know what I mean? Like it was really mainstream. Like, you know, Boys Like Girls had a #1 song. Paramore had a #1 song. It wasn't, you know, as underground as it was before. I think that's what happened.
Yeah.
Because all of a sudden you had all these kids from the Midwest of America that make emo music or whatever. They were in LA all the time, you know, doing famous people shit.
Well, how was that time period for Underoath in particular? Because that, like the whole, as you said, emo, screamo, whatever you want to call it, scene has seen such ups and downs throughout the years, right? Where it's being in the mainstream, it's being in the popularity, and then it kind of goes away for a bit, and then something else brings it back up. Like right now, it seems to be one of the biggest things.
Well, it's different now because now it's based on nostalgia. You know, now it's emo nights and anniversary tours and all of that shit. You know what I mean? I don't know. I think that everything comes back around. I think everything is cyclical. You know what I mean? Like there was a time when hip hop music, I mean, literally 5 years ago was the biggest music on earth, and now it's country music somehow. Yeah. In the States, especially. You know what I mean? Like country music is at the forefront of like, if you look at the Billboard Top 100 in America, it's like Morgan Wallen 4 times. That hasn't happened since the 90s. So everything is just cyclical, and you know, I always have this thought of just make what you love and kind of stay the path. You know what I mean? I think it's gross to make music to get notoriety. I don't think you can have a real fan base or a real career like by just chasing whatever's popular. Because I think people know, even if people don't know, people know when something's real or not. The public, you know what I'm saying? Man, I see it all the time. I live and work in Nashville, And I've been writing country music for a long time for other people. And I'll get like face tattooed rappers that 2 years ago were, you know, filming videos standing on top of Ferraris, and now they're writing songs about cowboy boots and fucking, because it's popular.
Yeah.
And I'm not, there's no shade on them. I just think, to answer your question in a long way, is like, you got to just stay the course. You know what I mean? Like, you can't do something because it is or isn't popular. You have to make what you make because you love it and believe in it. You know, when we made Chasing Safety, no one gave a shit. Everyone thought called us all kinds of names, because at the time in the underground scene, the heavier the better, you know, and then that thing took off, and now we're back to the heavier the better with Knocked Loose and all that, which is awesome. But it's a cycle, and you've got to grab your place on the cycle, I think, and you've got to roll with that. Whatever's the truest to you on that wheel of time, you get in and ride, you know?
Is it weird seeing like an album like Chasing Safety, for example, how like it's celebrated all these years after the fact? As you said there, like people at the time maybe don't get it, maybe are missing it in that moment, but then like 10, 20 years later, it's getting celebrated and people are demanding those anniversary tours. It must be weird to kind of go back to that place and be like, oh, we're going to relive those thoughts again, but to a bigger audience. It's like,
I mean, like I'm 41 years old, and a lot of those songs were written when I was 19, 20 years old, and I don't relate to them. But what I do relate to is if there's a huge group of people and they love it, and it's connected to a place and time for them when they met their significant other, when whatever, you know what I mean? Your phone might be broken now, ma'am. You know what I mean? Like, it's connected to a place and time for them. And I think that bands have to remember that. When you're younger, you're like, fuck, I don't want to play that old stuff. It's dumb, whatever. You know, the lyrics are cheesy. I don't want to do it. And then when you get older, you realize that it's connected to people in a certain special way. You know, so you get less salty about it, because there's nothing to be salty about. Like, you wrote those songs, and when you wrote them, you meant it. And even though you've grown up and you're into some weird art shit, the people that found it and that pay your bills need to hear it, because it connects them to when they met their missus or when they met their other, whatever. It does, you know what I mean? Like, I think that's a big thing. So what I try to do every night is you look out into the crowd, and no matter how successful we get with something else that isn't Chasing Safety, we're going to have to play those songs. I mean, here's an example. Post Malone is a country star now, playing stadiums, and he still plays Congratulations. He still plays all that shit. Why? Because it's connected to people.
Does he play it in a country style? Like,
I don't know. I've heard that. My friend is his drummer. So, I mean, he came to Nashville and like hired all my friends and stuff. That's crazy. Like, he's got a fully country band.
Would you step up if he...
Fuck yeah. For Posty? Yeah. He just opened a bar downtown in Nashville. I mean, he's fully in.
Nice.
wow.
But there is video. I give him the ultimate respect, because he came to Nashville and kind of bowed the knee. So the songwriters on all those songs are like the greats of country songwriting for past 20 years. And there's a clip of him like right after White Iverson came out. He's like, I'm going to get old and become a country singer. And he did.
Wow.
So, you know, I think it's cool.
Yeah, fair play to him for all that. But talking about like living in Nashville and writing for other people, I was going to bring this up because, you know, you've done that quite a lot lately over the last couple of years, right? Where you just work with artists wherever. You've traveled and just people of all different sizes of bands and genres and everything. How fulfilling and different is this stage of your career now compared to just like, okay, you've written a song and trying to see if Underoath can use it, compared to being like, you maybe know nothing about this artist, they come in with you and then you kind of write from scratch with them?
I mean, it's different in every way, you know? I think that as I get older, this part gets harder, like traveling, touring. I'll be 42 in 12 days. And it gets harder to like jet lag coming east now is fucking insane. Like, I used to just get off a plane and drink a bunch of beer and play it was nothing. And now, like, I can't have more than 2 drinks. You know, it's like all of that stuff. And what I love about living and working as a producer and a writer is I wake up, I go to the gym, I have a routine, see the kids off to school, but it's different in every way. It's a more stable life. When you do this, I have no idea what's going to happen right now. Our gear is all stuck in Amsterdam right now.
Oh, what?
Yeah, literally. So I don't, I have no idea what's going to happen tonight.
Okay.
We'll play something, but I have no idea how or what. You know what I mean?
I was going to say, you seem very calm for a man who has this equipment in a different country.
I think I'm more worried than you are.
No, but I used to be really, that's the point I'm making. I used to be so scared of like, what's going to happen? We're all here, so something will happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I used to be so like concerned about all the bullshit, and what I really realize is what really matters is the songs.
Yeah.
So creating those with other people and trying to create those moments, like these people don't give a fuck here tonight what gear we're playing. They don't care. You know what I mean? They care about those songs. That's what they came here for. If they're going to watch us play tonight, they care about those songs. You know what I mean? That's why I brought up the gear thing, is because it doesn't fucking matter.
I feel like we should be out now trying to scrape together kits.
It's fine.
Yeah. Surely this,
There's like 1,000 bands here, bro.
Yeah, you can definitely borrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, borrow gear.
I haven't even thought about it. I had some lunch and walked over here.
Nice.
Good to go, man.
I love it. I wish I could be that anxiety free, but I'm not.
I mean, there's anxiety about it, but it's also like, what is me belly aching about some bullshit gonna do?
It.
And that's the point I'm making, is like, the songs are all that matters. The songs and I wouldn't even say like the lyric and the melody. What really matters is if it's real. And I fucking hate the word authentic. But if it's authentic, people know. They feel it. They can smell it. You know what I mean? Like they know. Like there's a reason why Taylor Swift is huge. And it's not because the songs are catchy. It's not. There's catchy songs. Thousands are written every day and thrown in the trash. There's catchy songs from fucking local bands that you'll never hear. Taylor Swift is so popular because she found a place in culture where people go, oh, that's mine. You know what I mean? Like that's why Oasis is so big. Don't go away. People are like, me too. You know what I mean? That's the whole thing. And I think those songs can only be written from a place of authenticity, which is a gross word. I'm sorry. It's a fucking American guy. Authenticity. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I really believe that, like, if you're authentic, like, there's a reason why Bring Me the Horizon got so fucking big. Like, Ali meant that shit. He did. It is pop and it is catchy and it is all those things. Yes, for sure. But he fucking meant it. There's a reason why Sabrina Carpenter's so big. You see what I'm saying? It's about that. So all the other stuff, like the travel, and that's what makes it different. When you're out playing the same 15 songs for 6 weeks, it's a weird life, man.
Yeah.
And after a while, it becomes hard to find the authenticity in them because you wake up and you're in Wales, or you wake up and you're in London, or you wake up and you're in France. And it feels like you're in this, like, I just spent a week on holiday with my wife in Paris. And I realized I've been to Paris like fucking, I don't know how many times. I've never done anything. I've never seen I've never sat at a cafe for 3 hours and just watched people walk by. I've never done any of that. You know what I mean? So it's different in literally every way.
Yeah. You don't like the word authenticity, but is that something you try and bring out of people when you're working with them for the first time?
I mean, it's not that I don't like the word, by the way, authenticity. It's when usually someone says, I'm being authentic, you're like, you're full of shit. Like usually, when people say like, I mean it, you're lying. So that's why I don't like the word. But you have to try to meet them where they are. And sometimes somebody will bring a subject matter into you that you're just like, with me a lot, it's like, I got my heart broken by this person. I'm like, I've been married for 10 years. I have no clue what you're talking about. I mean, I know what you're talking about, but I can't meet you where you are because I'm 42 with 2 children and a vasectomy, and I'm not going to date again. You know what I mean? Like, the next phase of my life is death. You know what I mean? Like, in terms of like,
PMA.
No, but you know what I mean? Like, I get to work and create, and it's beautiful. But the next big, I've had children. I'm done having children. The next phase is grandchildren, and then death. So I have to you have to get where they are. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry that some random person broke up with you. And you have to find a reason. This sounds crass, but you have to find a reason to care. You know? So with me, it's a conversation like this one. So tell me about it. Like, why'd you get with him in the first place? If you knew they were going to fuck you over, why did, you know, sometimes like the most beautiful things are in songwriting aren't even where the subject matter is. There's an artist I love named Medium Build. He's like a bit of a folk, like a indie folk kind of, it's like rock, but anyways, he has this song called Beach Chairs. And it's literally about growing old with someone and kind of, you know, finishing your life sitting next to the partner you love in a beach chair. You know, it's beautiful, but the song has nothing to do with like, I want to grow old with you forever. It's not that. You know what I mean? It's like till we're both gray and old, beach chairs in the sun, you know, like, so sometimes in songwriting, you ask all those questions to find that little thing in the middle that's like, I met them and I love them because of their eyes, you know, or because of their hair, fucking whatever, their boots, whatever it is. And you end up writing about that thing, but it is inadvertently in a backdoor way about heartbreak. And that's what I try to do, because I think that that's where people, like fans, live inside of those small moments. You know, there are like songs that mean what they mean. I want to hold your hand. You know what it is. You know what it is. It's great. It is that. You know what I mean? Yesterday, you know what it is. It's that, right? But there are other songs, you see people crying in the front row and they're singing about that singer's personal life, which is odd. But I think that life is lived in those small, to make it really serious, but life is lived in those small moments. We all here live in little moments. He or she looked at me that way and it felt weird. And I didn't know what to do about it. And now, like, whenever I see a pair of brown eyes, I think about how you know what I mean? Like, you live like that. You don't live like yesterday. You don't live like that. Life is in small moments.
Do you have a certain criteria for when people ask to work with you? Because I'm sure you get requests and stuff all the time, but like, what makes you want to work with an artist and stands out more for you to be like, oh yes, definitely we need to set up a writing session or something?
It's like, it's similar to like touring with bands. Like, I don't even need to like, they need to be music that you feel like you can add to. But like, we've toured with bands that weren't my favorite band when we started, you know, like, I don't love this music or whatever. And by the end, you're singing every word because the people are so wonderful. You know, we used to have this thing called GGBB, Good Guys Bad Band. Do you know what I mean? Where you would tour with a band you didn't necessarily like. And by the end of it, you're like, this is my favorite band. I want a tattoo. Because there's such wonderful people that you connect with their music. So for me, it's a bit of that. You know, it's like I can connect with an artist. And sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes you get set up on a blind date and you're like, you and I have nothing in common or nothing to talk about. And it doesn't even have to be in common, but can I connect with you personally on any level? You know what I mean? And sometimes it doesn't work. It's literally like a blind date sometimes.
Yeah. Have you ever had to push through with an artist like that before now? And
a week ago. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, all the time. And then you just know. It's like an unspoken thing. It's like you go on a blind date with someone, it doesn't work, and you're like, well, I'll never see you again, you know. Bye. Are you paying or am I, you know? It's just whatever.
There's two people in particular that you've worked with over the last few years that I'm a huge fan of, and we're friends with them on the podcast and everything like that, and that would be Charlotte Sands and Lauren Hibbard. And what I love is the fact that both of them couldn't sound, look, or like present themselves as different as they possibly could from one another. And like, I think when people found out that Charlotte Sands was working with you, they were like, okay, cool, I can kind of see that. But Lauren Hibbard, people were like, what, how, what, when, kind of, that made no sense.
And that happened just because, with Lauren, because she had came over to the States to write in LA. It's kind of common for artists to go to LA and Nashville to do writing sessions. And I was in LA, and we did a session together, and we never used the song we wrote. I didn't make I produced her last album. But didn't even make the album, but there was something about the demo that just really connected, the way it sounded and felt. And she was like, will you produce my record? Like, you know, months later, she was like, will you produce my album? And I was like, yeah, I would love to. And then I ended up writing I don't know, 4 or 5 of the songs on there. But yeah, I mean, again, the word, it's just, do you feel realness and authenticity coming off this person? You know, that's been it for me.
I'm sure Charlotte Sands and Lauren Hibbert are just 2 examples that you kind of feel like, I don't think like a proud father, but just kind of see them doing their thing and exploding in the different scenes that they're in. It must be really cool to just kind of sit back on and be like, oh, look at that. Like, they're actually taking these songs and doing something with them.
It's really cool and an honor. My timer is about to go off. I got to take me vitamins.
He's got to take his vitamins. Ooh.
We've never had a mid-podcast vitamin take before, so this is a first.
Drop one.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's because of the time difference in the States.
It's the, yeah. This is as rock and roll as the podcast has ever got, actually. He's technically taking drugs. Yeah. Yeah. Finally.
You're 42. You don't take your vitamins?
No.
Are you healthy?
I think so. I don't feel...
How often do you go to the doctor?
How do I what?
How often do you go to the doctor?
I wouldn't know when I've been to the doctor last. I don't know. What do I...
Maybe you're dying.
Thanks. I can safely say I've never worried about my health for 41 years until this very moment. So
No, I just...
what should I be looking out for?
I have like some hereditary medical conditions for real that I have to take medicine for. Shit that I was born with.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So I'm going to fall over soon. I'm just kidding. No, I have to set a timer because of the fucking time difference. So every day when I take those pills, I have to set a 24-hour timer because I just can't remember because the time changes so much. If you're in Europe or whatever. But yeah, man, sorry. A little aside. Lauren, I think, she brought this girl called Jess. Have you met Jess, her guitar player?
No.
Blonde girl. She brought this girl, Jess, over with her to America when we made her album. And to be honest, at the time, she was making more pop punky, and I was like, I can make this sound good, but I really wanted to push her, like, to start. She's way branched out now. She's doing her own thing now, and it's crazy. But we made that first song, I Suck at Grieving, and she had written that song with her ex, and then I had written pieces of it, and I changed a bunch of the music to the song, and I turned around, and Jess was crying, and that's when I knew. I'm like, oh, we made the right decision. Like this girl that I had met the day before, just this lovely British girl, they're from the Isle of Wight, so this lovely British girl who has not had much life experience, young, is just crying. And I was like, oh, we made the right decision. And then we were able to take that album to different places than just the, you leaving, bro? You hate it that much? Shit.
2 of them.
See it, man. Bye.
Well, I can't believe it.
They can't hear me.
It's the Lauren Hibbert chat. I think that's what it is.
Fuck. No, it was the vitamins.
You said that she wrote that with her ex or whatever. Like, did he have any rights to anything?
Yeah, he does to today. Yeah. It was a song about the death of her father. So Lauren's father died a few years ago, and it was really, I don't know the details, but it feels like it must have been sudden or something. Because a lot of the record held that connotation. He had passed away, and it seems like it was quick or unexpected.
I'm not sure.
And she was just super honest about it in these songs. In that Suck at Grieving song, she talks about like how her dad left her a bunch of money and she doesn't know what to do with it. She was very, like, in the first verse of that song, you can listen. Like, she literally says, he left me a bunch of money and I don't know how to spend it.
Wow.
Mental.
It's going to be so weird having those vulnerable moments with people for the first, like, especially if you're meeting them for the first time and being let into the biggest details of their personal life. Like that, there's such a big trust within that kind of songwriting.
I think if you're going to make good music and you're going to collaborate, like if you're an artist and you're going to collaborate with a writer or another artist or whatever, and you go in intending to do a song like that, the only way it works is with honesty. I think the creativity, like pieces of art, music, they can only be made out of honesty. It's like a relationship. I think they look like a relationship. Like if you're married or you have a long-term partner or you want to be in a successful relationship, if you don't do honesty, it's not going to work, right? It'll be shit. because both parties are trying to better life for themselves, whatever. You know what I mean? And, they came back.
They came back.
Yep, they came back.
Thanks, boys. Thanks for coming back.
But I think a song is like that. I think a song is like a relationship. Some people say it's like a baby. I don't like that analogy. But like, it's like a relationship. It doesn't work. Like if the chorus and the verse are lying to one another, you know? And people know, even if they don't know.
Yeah.
I really believe that. And I know that sounds a little frou-frou or whatever, but you hear the best songs sometimes with the catchiest shit and the best, and they don't resonate with people. And I think what that is because people know it's bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I really believe that.
Is there any artists that you've worked with that we would be surprised by, or just that we would?
Oh, I mean, straight country artists. Thomas Rhett and fucking Mitchell Tenpenny and like straight up Nate Smith. Like this stuff you probably don't know because we're in England and country music's not that popular, but like American country stars, like dudes that talk like this and wear hats. Straight up.
Talk like this and wear hats.
Let's hear your
That's
best. Let's hear your best country western accent.
Oh, here we go. Here we
You
go.
gonna wipe your mouth? What does that do? Are you gonna throw up? Come on.
Hey, y'all, how's things going?
It's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Thanks, y'all. I'm going to be doing this for the rest of the podcast now.
When an American
Is that easier for you? You understand this a bit more than the regular accent?
No, but it's funny because if an American does like a British, forget a Welsh.
Yeah.
But like if American does a British accent, we just sound Australian.
Yeah. Yeah, and what I found is if English people try and do the Welsh accent, they sound Indian.
Yes.
Yeah, so...
Like from Asia?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so they'll go, hello, buddy, how is it going? And you're like,
Really?
oh, that's Indian, you can't, that's...
See, when I try to do
That's not Welsh.
like, and when I try to do it British, it just feels feels a little bit like maybe I'm in Australia. Yeah, like
It's not bad, though. It's
because I have a bit of the country accent naturally because where I'm from.
Yeah.
But my least favorite thing, I don't know what causes this, but I fucking I could live here, like especially the north of England. I love it. I love the people, the food, the bars. Like I went to a pub with my wife's with me and she's never been to England. And I took her to a pub and this couple in their mid-50s just sat with us for 2 hours. Just chatting about life and their kids and Guinness. Whatever. Like we just had a couple, just drinking beer and my wife was like, this is the best place ever. And then we went to Dishoom after.
Ooh.
I don't know if you've been to Dishoom.
Nice.
Fucking A. The best meal of my life. Anyway, I love it here so much. And we sometimes have a couple British guys work with us on the road. So one guy's a Geordie guy and the other guy is from Leeds, which are two of just the best bits to me. So, and I find myself like after a couple weeks, I'm like saying stuff with a British accent. Like I'll call home and my wife's like, hey man, you're from fucking Georgia. Like, like.
Really?
And not even so much of like being like this, but more being like, oh, I gotta have a slash. My wife's like, oh, what? I'm like, I gotta pee. She goes, don't say slash again.
Of all the terms.
And she goes, I literally said it to her last night, like, because we sat with this couple for hours just drinking pints. I was like, I'm gonna go for a slash. And the guy was like, right. And she was like, what? She's like, you can't talk like that.
You're gonna knife somebody. No.
So I find myself like, and our whole band does it. Like we'll pick up, like last summer we spent like 6 weeks in Europe and our whole crew was UK based. And by the end, everyone was like, it was horrible.
Nobody
just take the piss, mate. Like, are you mad for it? Like, just all of it. And they were just like, you guys, even the British guys were like, you have to stop doing this. You cannot talk to people at meet and greets like this. They're going to think you're making fun of them. You know what I mean? I'm like, we're not. We think it's sick as fuck. Like, I want to be like them. And there's something about accents in America specifically is we have so many different accents in America. Like if you're from New York, you sound like this, you know what I mean? Like
Boston.
Yeah, Boston, go park your car in Boston Yard. And then where I'm from, you talk like this. And if you're from California, you're like, yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Totally.
Yeah, man.
But English, like a British accent in America is like, it's like gold. If you came over, you could pick up any woman you want. I don't know what it is. It's like a fucking aphrodisiac. Like if you're a straight British male, and maybe gay too. I'm not really sure about how the gay community views it, but like you could get any woman you want. Like I don't know what it is. So there's something romantic, and all of my favorite music is British music.
Nice.
Since I was a little boy, so I've always been fascinated by England and have loved it.
Nice. So apart from Oasis, who else over here makes the list?
I was into a bunch of weird music. This band called Star Sailor back in the day. Do you know the one?
Star Sailor.
And obviously like European music too, like the Hives. I liked all that stuff.
I love the Hives.
But in England, obviously, the Stones was my thing. It's like I feel like people are either Beatles or Stones people, and I'm a Stones person. Not to say the Beatles don't have songs there, but the Beatles, when the Beatles got druggy, it got weird.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like when the Stones got druggy, it got better. Like, Exile's like the best record ever made, and they were just on fucking heroin in France trying to hide from the UK government. You know what I mean? But I feel like when the Beatles got druggy, like they wrote Octopus's Garden, and shit got strange and not cool. So obviously the Stones and obviously Oasis. And then I think your brand of like the Bring Me the Horizons of the world, the Architects of the world, I feel like those are, in my opinion, better offerings than a lot of the stuff we have in the States, like in modern times. I think Bring Me the Horizon changed, not to bring it back to Underoath, but I think Bring Me the Horizon in 2010 was Underoath in 2004, where they really just changed. Every band wanted to sound like Bring Me the Horizon.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying every band wanted to sound like Underoath, but people started to get keyboard players, and they did the bit.
Yeah.
A lot of people did want to.
They did the bit, and I'm not being like, oh, look at me. But I think the Ollie and Jordan combo specifically was fucking brilliant. Like, I don't think since in the last 20 years, there hasn't been a better mashup in heavy music. So I think that the modern offerings too have been really wonderful. And I love a band called Travis.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. They're not from England, though.
Why does it always rain on me? Is that Travis?
I don't know.
Yeah. Scottish bands.
They are. I thought they were Irish.
No,
They're
Scottish.
Scottish. It's all the UK, but still.
Just annoyed any Scottish person.
No, I was just going to say, we were talking about England specifically, so I think they are. I think they're Irish or Scottish. I'm going to look.
Travis is Scottish, definitely.
Where's the rock and roll band Travis from? The AI feature is such shit. Glasgow.
Oh!
Glaswegian.
One for Smith.
Yeah, I love Glasgow too.
Did you ever hear the Stereophonics?
Yeah, I like them okay.
They're Welsh.
Yeah. I feel like the 90s British music was like fucking dialed. The Verve, yeah.
Cooler Shaker. Did you ever hear a band called
No.
Cooler? Oh, they'd be
Cooler Shaker?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's spelt wrong. Kula Shaker. I don't know. Fuck
Yeah.
knows. But they were big in the 90s. They were one of those big kind of indie rock Britpop bands. Do you ever like Pulp?
I like Pulp. The Britpop thing was just so good. Like, I don't know what it is.
Nice.
The British pop rock music. To me, I don't know.
Yeah.
Just like the Oasis to me is the perfect band. Like the loud guitars, but in standard tuning. Great songs. And his voice isn't great. But it is great because it isn't great. Do you know what I mean?
They've always seemed, to me, I've always feel like they've got a bit of danger. They've always been almost the heaviest of the indie bands while not being heavy.
Here's the weirdest shit about Oasis, in my opinion. Noel is a better singer and writes all the songs. I don't give a fuck about hearing Noel sing. I don't know what that is. And I like great singers. But when the High Flying Birds was fine. It was fine. But Liam's shit was fire. Wall of Glass and all that stuff was so good. Why? It's just him. And he's also a fucking psycho.
Oh, 100%.
They don't like Liam. He's also like my favorite.
Big Noel fans.
My favorite thing is I don't know the context of the interview, but someone's asking Liam about going to the bar. Have you heard this thing?
I don't know.
Oh, it's my favorite. He goes, the guy goes, do you ever go just have like one drink? And Liam's like, one beer. Who the fuck goes to the pub for one beer? You go down there, you go to the boozer, you meet your mate, he tells you about his fucking dog dying and his missus or whatever. He goes, you drank the beer, and now what? He goes, if I'm going to the pub, I'm going to have 100. Oh, that's the best.
Yeah.
He's just the most unbelievable person. Like, just a psycho. Like,
He's like a cartoon character.
He's literally like a cartoon. He says shit, and I'm like, if I said that, I'd go to jail. Like, how would he? How, you know? And the stuff he says about his brother. Oh. Dude, I did the first night in Cardiff when they walked out. Did you see the photos?
Hand in hand.
They walked out hand in hand, and Noel's crying. I was like, dude, it gives me goosebumps to talk about it. Oh my God. It was incredible.
Did you see after? I've seen footage of him leaving, and like Liam walks straight off stage into a car and fucks off, and then Noel comes down slowly. So I don't know if it's all 100%.
I mean, you gotta look at it from a fiscal place as well.
Oh yeah, which is why they did Cardiff first.
The amount of money they're about to make is just hundreds of millions of dollars. So they're gonna put up with it. I wonder though. Someone said to me the other day, they're like, I'm gonna be afraid to buy tickets because what if it blows up midway through?
Yeah. Well, that's why I saw a lot of people saying that they would go into the first Welsh one because they were like, they have to do that one. And then if they fall out during that or after that, I was there at that one at least.
Also, these people probably hate Oasis. But like,
Very likely.
Also though, the fact that they hate each other makes it fucking awesome.
Yeah. Again, it's the danger.
If they were like, he's my brother, I love him, so fuck that. No, give me the hate. You know what I mean? Like, that's why Underoath isn't as big as Oasis. I love Spencer. We get along perfectly. We have no problems.
Perhaps we should switch it up tonight.
Let's call him an asshole on stage or something. Yeah. I'm worried about him right now because I know he's tired. That's how close our relationship is.
Oh.
They all flew in day of show.
Wow.
Because it was the 4th of July 2 days ago in America. And everyone has kids, so they wanted to be there for so they all flew yesterday night. So they all just got here. What is it, 12:30? It's 15 after 1. So they all landed like 3 or 4 hours ago.
Wow.
So I'm here doing press all day because they're all asleep.
Sorry. Apologies.
I'm great. I've been in this time zone for a week. I feel great.
Yes, well, we appreciate it. One of the things I did want to bring up before we start winding down is the last time we saw you was on the Emo's Not Dead cruise back in
That's right. We
February.
didn't do an interview, though, did we?
No. Well, because technically you
we
were
weren't.
hushed about being there.
Oh, yeah, you weren't there. What are we on about? You weren't?
No, I was. I played a solo gig.
Oh, you did?
You did.
Yeah.
You were there.
I was always going to be there. Yeah.
Nobody else is there. Basically, for people that don't know, on the Emo's Not Dead cruise in January, February, Underoath played under the name Locus Ultra and were...
The name of our new record in Latin.
Which is...
See how artistic we are? Fuck yeah.
And the shows are fucking brilliant. They did a masked, and yeah, it was such a fucking brilliant occasion.
It was a bit of like... I'll be honest. I've spent some time taking the piss out of like some of the masked bands because I just don't think it's... I'm old and I don't get it.
Yeah.
Even if the music's great, I'm like, come on. Like, everyone loves all this stuff. And I'm like, I don't give a shit about, like, just the songs are great. Play the fucking songs. But we did 5 shows in masks is like a publicity stunt, under this name, which is the name of our new record. And we only played that new record. So we played in Florida, like our home state, small venues that held like 500 people, just crammed full of people that they knew it was us, but we didn't play Writing on the Walls, Reinventing Your Exit, nothing. We played those 11 songs and left. And you know what was interesting about it? It was freeing, number one. But number two, if Underoath puts a ticket on sale right now and says, we're only playing new songs, people won't rock up. Like some people will, but it's not a thing because no one wants to hear only new songs from a 22-year-old band. Right? But for some reason, because we weren't Underoath, even though we were playing Underoath songs, the place is just jammed up and people were jumping and dancing because there was no connotation. Yeah. So I understand the Sleep Token thing and the whatever, the Slipknot, whatever. There's 1,000 bands doing it, right? Like, especially now after Sleep Token, everyone's doing it, but I understand it. You know what I mean? Like, that band can get on stage and play songs that no one knows, and no one would care, I don't think. I really don't. Like, I don't think if they didn't play their new shit I don't think anyone would care. I think they can do whatever they want because it's just faceless. You know what I mean? So I understood it. And so if anything, it helped me in that way because I was really salty about some of those bands, especially Sleep Token. I didn't understand it. I was like, what is this? Like, like when Ghost came out, I didn't feel that way because I loved it. Like the music I loved so much. When Sleep Token came out, I didn't understand I thought it was Bastille for like 6 months.
A lot of people did.
I was like, that's it sounded exactly the same. And so But if it would have been in guys, I'd be like, this is pretty cool songs. But because of the mass, I was like, this is cheesy. And then I got it. I got it when I did it myself. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And it gives people like stories. You know what I mean? It's back to the songwriting thing. If you don't have anything to say, people know. It's a vibe. You know what I mean? And I think that's the beauty of Sleep Token is it's a story. You know what I mean? And that guy just gets to build that world and weave that world. I think it'd be tragic for them to take the mask off now.
Yeah,
like Kiss in the 80s or whatever when they like if Sleep Token takes the mask off,
just very tan.
They're very tanned. What if he's like 100 years old? He's like wrinkly, looks like an old fucking baseball glove or something. No, but yeah, man, the Locust Ultra thing was so cool because it really gave me a perspective that I'd never thought. It was also miserable, so I'm glad we don't have to do it all the time. Like I thought I was gonna like be sick in that thing like 5 times.
I was gonna say,
on the cruise, I had some sort of not like a COVID-y thing, but like a pukey, fevery something going on because we had come from Japan and we had like no time to sleep. And that first night we played in that little like what was that like a courtyard type?
Yeah, it was like it was basically the reception of the boat. Wasn't it?
I literally was like I looked at my wife like halfway through. I'm like I'm gonna spew. I never did, but man, it was bad. It was really bad.
You would have had to have whipped it up real quick.
That's what I would have done.
Or just gone in the mask.
No, because I would have sucked it back in. Suck the spew back in.
I mean, if that's not a lyric moving forward, I don't know. Suck the spew back in.
Spew. See, I'm doing the British thing right now.
Yeah.
We say puke in America. We don't say spew. I'm saying spew because I'm here. We don't say that. Or like sick. Clean up the sick. We don't say that shit. We say puke.
I like how you've adapted for the audience. It's very, very kind of you.
It's not, I don't know that I'm doing it.
I know. I get it. I
just love it here so much. I've ordered all my favorite biscuits this morning.
Oh, well. We can't finish it.
Chocolate cakes, custard creams.
Oof. He likes a Jaffa cake.
And there's an unknown biscuit that I can never remember the name of, but it's brown. It's like a hard biscuit on the top, and the bottom is a layer of chocolate. Do you know what I mean? Like a...
Is it 2 biscuits with a layer?
No.
Oh.
No, not those. Those
come on, guys. We can go this way.
Imagine the same material is the one you're talking about.
Yeah.
The top brown hard biscuit.
Yeah.
The bottom is like a flat piece of chocolate. It's the most beautiful thing you can find in the world.
It's not chocolate.
Anyone here?
It's not a chocolate digestive, is it?
Say it again?
No.
Chocolate digestive?
I think it might be. No, because
No.
it's not that brown. So chocolate digestive is like black because it's chocolate all the way through. This bit is a brown vanilla bit, but not quite vanilla, just regular plain. Come on, guys. It's regular. You should have seen me telling this to the lady.
Square or round, the audience are asking.
Oh, square or round?
Square.
Square.
Look at it.
The thought.
You should have seen me in the music business. We have these people that are wonderful. They're called runners.
Yeah.
So they get all your things for the day. And you should have seen me chatting to this poor lady this morning. She's like, what the fuck is this idiot talking? I was like, it's square and it's brown bit in the bottom. She's like, I'll find it, love. I was like, okay.
Did she find it?
I don't know yet. I've been here with you.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought he was on the show. Yeah.
But I just dream of it, dude. Nando's. Oh.
I've never understood Americans' obsession with that. It's good.
It's not just, it's mostly, to be honest, it's mostly Indian food that I dream about
Dishoom.
in England.
Yeah.
Dishoom is the best one, but any shithole curry place here is like the best Indian food you've ever had if you're an American. There's horrible. And there's great Indian food in New York. There's places where there's Indians, there's good Indian food.
Yeah.
But you guys have a large population here, and they have just made the food so much better for your country.
Yeah.
Like, okay, last night, my wife is like, I'm tired. I'm like, we're going to Dishoom. I made reservations weeks ago, right? Have anybody in here ever been to Dishoom? Anybody? You don't.
Couple.
There's 13 of them in the UK, so 9 of them are in London.
Yeah.
And then there's one in Birmingham, there's one here, and maybe Sheffield is one. I can't remember. There's 2 more, maybe Brighton. Anyway, you go in and it looks like a Johnny Depp movie, like Rum Diaries type thing. It's like old Bombay. And it's not super expensive. It's not like that. But you go in and it's hot as fuck. And you're like, God, this sucks. And you're sitting on these there's these fans and the cups are metal. My wife's like, this isn't going to be better than blah, 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 this place we go to in the States. I'm like, trust. And I had never been. I just see my friends posting about it. And I'm 42 years old, and I'm not exaggerating. It's the best meal I've ever had. And it was like 75 quid for like drinks, 6 things. It was mental. And I literally, walking back to the hotel, made another reservation for tomorrow. You guys have it so good over here, you don't know. And Americans are dumb because they always go, British food sucks. I'm like, you ever had a proper Sunday roast like in a pub?
Oh,
It's the best.
Viva la Sunday roast.
People don't realize it.
Yeah.
Like,
What did you order at Dishoom? What's Aaron's curry order?
I don't know the names of some of the stuff, but I'm going to tell you these are things that I like to get in England. There's an appetizer, what you call an entree. It's like minced lamb.
Yeah.
All the spices. Sorry if there's any vegans in here. I'm not a vegan. They chop onions up in it and peas. Oh, and it's spicy as fuck. And then they bring you this bread that isn't naan bread. It's like a flat garlic bread.
Yeah.
And you put it in there and a bit of lime pickle. It's the best thing you can have. It's the best thing, a bit of lime pickle on top. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
And then second, just chicken tandoor, plain.
Ooh.
Plain on the skewer. Then you get the basmati, you put the chicken tandoor on the basmati, and you get this other dish they had there it's called a ruby.
Yeah.
It's red as fuck, it's spicy as shit. And that has chicken in as well. So you mix the tandoor chicken with that chicken and put it in the basmati and then cheese naan.
I love it.
Sorry.
Love it. No.
God damn it.
Yeah.
It's the best thing you can have. But you can't, I've never been to India or Pakistan, but I imagine that it doesn't get better than Dishoom. I don't think. Like, I'm serious.
Yeah, no, I agree.
There was a Nepalese place by my old house that was mental good, but not like this. I mean, it's like, we left and my wife was like, I don't understand what we just ate. She's never been to the UK. She's like, how is it like that? She's like, surely that's the best there is. I'm like, the Brits don't fuck around with curry.
Yeah.
Like, you guys don't fuck around with it. That was a crazy aside. I'm sorry.
No, it was awesome, but yes.
No, I love it. I love it taking it all in. Just a couple more things before we wrap this up. Like, you've done so many different things throughout your career, but I always love the fact that when Underoath were in a band for a while, you took up doing drums for a little band. I don't know if anyone's heard of them, called Paramore.
Yeah, almost 5 years. It was like 4 and a bit years, yeah.
That experience in itself must have been so different because obviously, like, you're not an official...
Underoath's not doing 2 nights at Wembley. No. Yeah.
But their fan base is so, like, chaotic, so passionate about the band.
Parts of that were tough.
Yeah?
Like, even if you're not in the, at the time it was like the 3 symbol thing. So it was Taylor, Haley, and Jeremy. And even if you're not, which all the staff and crew called them the primary 3, but even the other 3 of us, like, you couldn't, like, if you're in South America, couldn't do fuck all because they thought that you were a gateway to Haley. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm like, I don't know where she is. Like, and I've known her since she was a child, like 13, 14 years old. So we would ride with her some, but everyone has their own hotel room. This is the upper echelon of touring.
Of course.
And people will be like, I need her now. I'm like, I don't. Like, she could be in Nashville. And I found out they would go back to Nashville a lot to get away from the crazy. Like in South America. And we were just sat in Brazil for 2 weeks, which was beautiful. On the beach. I didn't care. But like, so there was the fandom of that. It's so different. You know what I mean? Like, it's so different. It's Taylor Swift vibes, like around them,
I'm sure having that time in between Underoath, like doing something like that as well, must have just been really cool on the playing side, right? Because it's kind of songs that you wouldn't necessarily write with Underoath, and you just get to see those reactions of, like, you might have played the song that they wrote like 20 years ago.
Well, there was a lot of parallels.
Yeah.
Like, their old drummer who's back in the band now, that's when I left, he came back.
Yeah.
He was a huge Underoath fan. They all were. So there was a lot of, like, especially with Riot and those records and Brand New Eyes, there was a lot of musical parallels, drum-wise. It was the stuff that I had a hard time with was I was on the whole self-titled record, which Elon Rubin recorded. And Elon Rubin is left-handed, and it was a whole fucking scene of trying to figure that out. I had a floor tom over here on the left side. It was a whole thing. But the beauty of the Paramore gig was I wasn't in the band. I got treated like gold and flew on a private jet with them and did all this shit. But, like, I didn't take photos or do interviews, and it really, I think it grew me up as a player and as a writer because I was alone all the time, like, it's just a whole different thing.
with this latest Underoath album now, like we talked about Lotus Eater, where you get into be really artistic with things where you want to be and where you feel like it fits. And I feel like with Underoath now, you're at that stature where you guys don't necessarily need to write new music if you don't want to. You could just kind of live off that back catalogue and tour it and do anniversaries when they fit.
We don't make anything unless we feel we have something to say.
Yeah.
In a band like ours, nobody's going to like our new music as much as the old stuff. It's impossible. We could make Chasing Safety Part 2 tomorrow that's just as different and fresh, and people wouldn't care as much. So we make music because we feel like we have to, and we feel like we need to say, we have something to say. That's it.
Yeah. Is there any little things within the band now that you kind of, not like rules, but just kind of things that help you all continue it rather than like on the early days of maybe just like, you don't do stuff unless it makes sense or it's more fun? Is there any like kind of just little things in between you guys that you're like, well, this is the thing we need to make sure?
It's kind of the thing I just said, we don't do anything unless we want to.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, we do shit we want to do and nothing else. Like, back in the day, it's like you take shows for certain reasons to climb this ladder. We just don't do that shit anymore. We don't have to, and it's unauthentic.
Yes, full circle, I believe. Yes.
Yeah, well, Aaron, thank you so much.
It's fun, boys. I got to be honest with the both of you. I got to pee so bad. Like, I'm in literal pain.
There's a bottle there. Just go, man. Just go.
Just whip it out here.
Under the table. Who wants... No. Thank you very much for doing this.
Yeah, cheers to you guys.
Thank you very much for turning up.
Thanks, you guys, for turning up. It's cool there's some of you here, yeah.
Yeah, because,
it's early.
Yeah, at the beginning, we thought nobody was going to be here, so thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Please give a round of applause for the brilliant Aaron Gillespie.
I'm going to go have a wee. I love the both of you.
Run, pee.
Where's the closest point? Out there.
You're listening to Sappenin Podcast! Yeah! Arriba! Sorry, we're Mexican and thinking about the emails on Leg Cruise. But yes, that was Aaron Gillespie, Aaron Gillespie of Underoath. I can't believe I didn't make the Key and Peele joke to his face, but also I'm glad I didn't because he's got to be fucking sick of it. If I find out his middle name's Blake, that's it. If he's Aaron Balaki, I'm going to go mental.
You pronounce it wrong. It's Balaki. What's Blake? Blake? Balaki, you mean?
What an absolute, amazing, brilliant egg. Do you know what? I like all of Underoath. There you go. They're all lovely chaps. Spencer's fucking great.
That doesn't surprise me.
I know. I just wanted to tell people. I'm excited. I don't know. I've enjoyed it.
They're one of our favourite bands, and the fact that we got to do this with Aaron in front of people was a highlight. The fact that he signed up to do a live podcast with us means a lot. It must mean he trusts us, or he just wanted to have a laugh or kill time. Whatever it was, we appreciate it anyway. As you've heard, incredible songwriter, got some great takes on the industry, and if you just Google his discography with other artists alone, it's absolutely insane. He's done everything from Charlotte Sands to Lauren Hibbert to a Taylor Swift cover with Matt Cutchell from Your Broken Hero, aka E&D, and everything else in between. It's just lovely to see that so many years after their incarnation that they're just doing different things and just like celebrated in more ways than one.
Yeah, he's a very, very lovely chap, and we had a great time with him. Maybe we'll do one on the boat with him next year. Fingers crossed.
Hopefully. Emos Not Dead Cruise 2026 does look lovely. And I just like the fact that we get to do more of these podcasts live in front of an audience. We recorded another 2 from this past weekend that you're going to be hearing in the coming weeks. Sign up to our Patreon at patreon.com/Sappenin for all the news first on everything to do with that. And we're at 2,000 trees right now this week, recording even more. At the time, you've probably seen some photos, but I've booked some very special surprise emo guests I'm very, very excited for. And we might have an Insane in the Membrane announcement next week. That makes me sound like Cypress Hill are involved. They're not. I wish they were. That'd be fucking class. But
I'd like that, yeah.
We got announcements coming. We're busy. This month is fucking ridiculous.
Do you know what? I didn't know what you were talking about then, and then I realised, yes, crazy shit happening. Yes, sadly, no Cypress Hill, but very, very grateful and appreciative of what's happening anyway.
Well, I imagine some point we might convince one of Cypress Hill on.
I reckon we'll get Be Real on. 100%. I wonder if he'll do his voice. I'm not doing it now. Ensign in a membrane.
Ensign in the brain.
I've always wondered, right? Sendog, who's the other guy, he's the lower fella. He's the lower register fella.
Yeah.
Does he have the easiest job in the world?
Just
Because all he does, he just, but he just, Be Real goes, Ensign in a membrane. And he basically just mimics whatever he says, but slightly different than he. So it's, Ensign in a membrane. Ensign in a membrane. A to the motherfucking K, homeboy. A to the motherfucking K. Give me a job. Anyway, sorry.
Fucking hell. Let us know your favourite rappers you want in Sappenin Podcast at Sappenin Pod on Instagram. Give us a follow and share this in your stories. Tag us and just spread the love, people, because that's what helps grow this podcast even more. And must maybe to get Cypress Hill one day is if they see it. So get it out there, people. Get it out there. And we just want to say, as always, a massive love and appreciation and shout out and virtual hugs to our wonderful community that is at patreon.com/Sappenin. The Patreon literally keeps this thing going each and every week. And the fact that we get to meet up with them at festivals and gigs and just have a good time and them just kind of embracing each other and becoming friends and doing things on their own is absolutely insane. The amount I know who are camping at 2,000 Trees this week, who are going to the Blackout Fuel for Friends shows next week, it's just insane. And we really want you to get involved. So patreon.com/Sappenin. If you head to the description of this and every episode, there's loads of names there that we thank. But as always, Sean's going to give them a whoosive shout out to the elite members. Those are the lovely people occupying the top tiers.
Just before I do, quick one about the Patreon. This week, I have seen one of the guys from England, from our Patreon, Stuart, is in Australia and he's met up with Kylie from our Patreon.
What?
And she showed him about and hung out with him. It's mental. We're making, they didn't know each other before this fucking nonsense that we talk every week to a deadline. This is nuts. But yes, thank you very much to our top tiers. They're as follows. Kylie Wheeler, Paul Hirschfield, Scarlett Charlton, Mitch Perry, Tony Michael, Nathan Croshaw, Johanna, Dilly Califragilistic XP Alec Grimwood, Jonathan Gutierrez, Molly Malloy and James Bowbank, Amy Louise, Kat Besant, Ian Gent, Amy Hogg, Chris Howard, Janelle Caston, Jenny Robson, Amy Dawson, Scott Jones, Mayumi, Stuart McNaught, Ellen Southfield, John and Emma, Jennifer Dean, Caroline Robinson, Jenny Munster, Craig Harris, Louis Cook, Carl Pendlebury, James McNaught, Jason Reddia, Martina McManus, Danny Eaton, Span, Thomas O'Neill, Ollie Amesbury, Dan Peregrine, Emily Perry, Adam King of the Goss Parslow, Kalila Keane, Josh Crisp, same joke again, hasn't changed his name, doesn't work. Thank you very much. Lambda Lee Martin, Laura Russell, Sophia Zurawska, Fraser Cummins, Kyle King of the Clothsmith, and Connor Llewellyn. Thank you very much to all of those people. And thank you very much to Emo's Not Dead for all of your fantastic Emo's Not Dead merch needs. Go to emosnotdead.com/Sappenin. Check out their merchandise and use the code Sappenin for 20% off. They do good coffee too.
They do Sappenin 20. Sappenin 20 for 20%.
Sorry, I thought just, Or if you try Sappenin 2000, then you do get paid. Anyway, just try 20. Don't do anything I just said. Sorry about that.
Good times.
Yeah.
Good times.
Good times. Looking forward to Trees this weekend. A week, technically. If you're listening to this on Friday of the morning before Trees, come and see us at 3:15 on the Word stage.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes, come and see it and shout, Dishoom! Right? Just to prove you've listened to it. I don't think anybody will, but if anybody shouts Dishoom, I'll be chuffed a bit.
They might wake up in the morning and have a walk around, find some signal and listen to it. Don't know.
Oh, I forgot about the signal thing. Yeah. It's not going to happen. Anyway. Sappenin!
Sappenin!
See you next week, fuckers.
You're listening to Sappenin Podcast with Sean Smith and Morgan Richards. Thank you very much for downloading this podcast or streaming it, or I don't know what else you do with podcasts. Thank you very much.